Let's learn more about the legal process. We'll do that with Ian Friedman, attorney and law professor. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
Simple question first. I hope it's a simple question.
Yeah.
The difference between a grand jury and a trial jury is?
Okay. So the trial jury is when the defense lawyers and the prosecutors, what we see on Law and Order, right, are arguing to a jury or a judge, and we are finding if a person's guilty or not guilty. That's not what you do at the grand jury. At a regular jury, they're finding whether or not there's proof beyond a reasonable doubt, the highest standard in the land. At a grand jury, they're simply, the prosecution is presenting enough evidence to merely establish probable cause. The defense is typically not there, and it's a secret proceeding. Whereas the regular juries, you know, it's open to the public and so forth, not the grand jury.
How many people are on a grand jury?
It depends. It varies around the country, usually anywhere from 14 to 23, depending on where you are. Here in Cuyahoga County, 14, so we have 13 in a grand jury, 4-person.
Is it just the prosecutor that speaks to the grand jury? Is there no sight of a defense attorney?
So in some states, the defense can go by right. In Ohio, here in Cuyahoga County, the defense does not have a right to be before a grand jury. They can be invited at the discretion of the prosecutor, but that's the only way.
All right, tell me this now. This is a high-profile situation, as is the Ferguson, Missouri, which we will get that decision from that grand jury coming up at 9 o'clock. Is there any push to get a decision because it is such a hot issue in the community?
Well, it depends, I guess, who you ask. The community, and certain people are outraged or want to push this through. But I've seen this prosecutor's office not get swayed by that public pressure and do what needs to be done. This case is going to need its time, and it's going to need its gathering of evidence. And I don't think, I heard some good comments a moment ago, we should not be rushing just to satisfy the needs of some. This has to be done right. They're going to get all the evidence, they're going to put it to the grand jury, and the grand jury is going to take its time.
Real quickly, Ian, are you surprised that there are so many of these cases now involving police shootings going to grand juries?
No, I'm not surprised that they're going to grand juries. That's the function. The original function of the grand jury was to investigate cases, and that's what they're being used for, in addition to just merely charging. I'm not. We're in a day today of a lot of crime and a lot of investigations, and the police have a tough job to do. I'm not particularly surprised. I guess I'm surprised that we're getting them all here at once in Cleveland.
Yes.
But, you know, I can't, but that doesn't surprise me overall on the grand scale.
Ian, thanks very much for sorting out some
pleasure.
of the X's and O's, I would guess, say, about a grand jury sitting and deciding on evidence.